We're going to add a story to the first set of terms in our ratio. Now, let's see if we can make this into more fun. Let's change this. All right. Would you not agree quickly you'll be able to give me corresponding terms? If I change my key term to a king, a ruler, and his subjects, then you'll have to tell me, as a shepherd uses a dog to keep together his sheep from wandering, so a ruler may do what and use what to keep his people together. Officials and boundaries and perhaps military, right? As a shepherd uses a staff, so a ruler may use what? Laws. Right. As a shepherd has a tent, so a ruler has a castle. As a shepherd has a knowledge of the terrain, so the ruler must have a knowledge of the whole geography and terrain of his people. Right. As a ruler must have a knowledge, as a shepherd has knowledge of his sheep, so a ruler must have knowledge of his people. Right. Okay, now, the reason we're shifting that is so we can play with it on another level. Let me introduce that. All right. We're going to introduce a story to the first terms, which is the first ratio, because this is a ratio of 7 terms. It'd be kind of fun to show you how to play with tragedy and comedy right now, but we're in the middle of dreams. I don't want to get out of it right now, but it's easy to do. Let's add a story to it. I'll do it anyhow. A shepherd, this shepherd happens to be, he's really a retired vaudeville star. And the people in town feel that they owe him something because of the many good laughs they've gotten from him. And so they don't know what to do with him, so they tell him, well, we'll make him the shepherd. And so our shepherd, now being in the past a very famous vaudeville actor, now he's very interesting. There's our ruler. He has a old vaudeville. And by the way, he has as a shepherd needs a dog with his sheep, so a ruler needs someone to help him in a similar way. And so we'll say the ruler has a bitch. Well, that's a female dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to give a name to the dog. I'll give the name Nancy. Right? What? Excuse me. What's this laughter in the first row? See what we're doing? We're generating a comedy. See how you can do it? Now, what we have to do now is to go back to the shepherd and have some fun, right? So we'll say the shepherd is our ex-vaudeville, and he has a dog, and the dog's name is Nancy. And would you agree from my story, this dog of the shepherd's often stays up at night and howls at the moon and the stars and keeps him awake? What are you laughing at? I'm just talking about a shepherd. Right? And hey, now it's time for the shepherd to go up to the mountains and take care of his sheep. But he hears that another shepherd is going in the same direction, and his name is Gorby. Yeah, Gorby is going to go. And so they have this shepherd. Our shepherd has to get through the mountain pass as soon as he can because of the winter weather is threatening. And he realizes Gorby's coming up with his own sheep and a big band of sheep. He doesn't like the dog the shepherd has, Gorby has. So our shepherd has a great idea. Maybe he should get the people who are sending him up as a shepherd to design new slingshots so he can put rocks in them. Right? Kind of a secret weapon. Because when he gets up there and the mountain passes, he can get up there and bean the other sheep. Yeah. Okay? Now, when he comes back, of course, we're going to expect that the sheep are in good condition, but in order to use that sling, we have to have a lot of rocks, don't we, in order, well, we'll load them up on the black sheep, and They are black sheep, miss. And the white sheep, of course, are going to come back more fattened than the other, naturally enough, because all the black sheep are carrying all the load to carry up all the missiles and things of that nature. And I'm really just telling a story, am I not, about the first set of terms? But what do? You make connections with the second set, don't you? That's the basis of tragedy and comedy. If you go for difference, you go for comedy. If you go for similarities, you go in one direction, go differences in the other, and the way you weave them together is tragedy and comedy. But enough. Okay, back here. What do? You add a story or a drama. When you do that, that becomes an allegory. That means you can tell a story in one set of terms, but the meaning can be found in a other set of terms. And the mind will naturally be drawn to the second set of terms, even though you don't even tell the audience or the reader or the listener that you're doing it. They'll do it, won't they? They'll fill it in. It's not logic. It's not logic. It's a natural way of seeing analogically, and you'll make the connection so long as you know the structure is analogic, and you'll anticipate it. And it should all fit together, shouldn't it? It should all fit together. Good. 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 So therefore, if you have an allegory, you can reverse it and reclaim the basic analogy from which it came. Now, dreams. Now look here, dreams of three kinds. Right. Simple ones, which only have one scene, no action. Second, several scenes and some action, as a one-act play. Then there are more complex dreams that have more than one act, that having many scenes and different kinds of action in each scene. These are three kinds of dreams. Any of the three can be studied analogically. Now, what are we saying, therefore, when we say you can understand dreams analogically? Something rather curious. So before we go into a dream, I'd like to bring you into it. A dreamer is to the images and actions of the dream, A is to B as C is to D. There's our analogy. A dreamer is to the images and actions of the dream as the dreamer's waking world is to their parallel images and actions. The dreamer, another one, all right? A dreamer is to the images and actions of the dream as the struggles of the soul of the dreamer are to those actions and scenes and acts and drama of the soul itself. It can be either one. In other words, we can relate a dream either to a person's waking world, so they can see the parallels between the images and the actions in the dream and in their waking world. Or we can see it all as a struggle of the soul in respect to the dynamics and the struggles within itself. Either one. Obviously, both. Obviously, both. So, a dreamer is to the images and actions of the dream as the dreamer's waking world is to those parallel images and actions found in the dream. Again, next level, the dreamer is to the image and actions of the dream as the struggles of the soul of the dreamer are to the scenes and actions and drama of the soul itself. So it can be